Hey everyone, I'm back today with a wonderful QHHT insight about past life regression and really just being yourself and allowing your own energy to flow and kind of penetrate where you are. In this past life regression session, I found it to be very powerful. I'm not going to go into all the details because it doesn't really matter, but to give you a brief overview, we'll call the client Mary. Mary was experiencing some past lives as like an extraterrestrial, or maybe more like a divine type of being. She was a divine being, and she had missions where she would go from like planet to planet to really, help the planet ascend, help bring information to that planet, and then she'd kind of go back to source where she really enjoyed hanging out, but then she would have to leave again. And so in this portion of the past life regression, she found herself on Earth, and she was on like a big plot of land. I'll call it a plantation for lack of whatever better terms or descriptions. And she found herself enslaved. And she had these stones that were all in the shape of like sacred geometry. And her original mission was to like bury them across the land, but she couldn't leave. So she found that she was stuck there, and that was, while very, not in line with what her mission was, she did the best that she could, and she was also a he in this life, in the life that I'm referring to. But so instead of being able to really like travel and plant these stones where they needed to be planted, she planted them in the land, on the land where she found herself. And what she did was start to create energy grids. And the way that she created the energy grid was literally just by walking the land in a grid form. Because she knew where she came from. So she was aware of her like divine self. She was aware of her higher consciousness that she brought into this lifetime. So all she did end up planting the stones. But in order to create the energy grid, she literally just walked the land in a grid formation. And I was extremely curious about this, and she said that's all she had to do. It literally left a trail of her energy behind her, and it created an energy grid. I don't know where specifically that is. I would love to find that place, but we didn't know even like what town. We don't normally ask for like geographical locations when we're doing the past life regression. Sometimes they come in, sometimes they don't. But that was all she had to do. And I feel like that point really kind of drove it home for me. So just kind of picturing her walking the energy grid and it leaving a trail of her energy really kind of made me think about today and, how we are and how we kind of leave a trail of our energy. My friends and I kind of like picture it like a snail trail. But it's true. It's true. Wherever you go, you are leaving a trail of your energy. So just by you being you, just by you shining your light by yourself in your car, you're leaving a trail of your energy. It's really such a beautiful thing. Like, you don't have to do anything except be that bright light, be that like beacon, and just drive around, walk around. One time a few of my friends and I, we were just going to like a festival or something, and it really wasn't our scene, and not really kind of what we thought it was, but we walked through it, laughed, joked, was our, wonderful selves, and kind of walked through the whole thing, walked back out, and just knew that that place just needed our energy for that moment, for that time. And I really believe that we can all do those things. We can all just leave our energy as we are kind of making our way through this world. So, don't be afraid to shine your light, drive around, I kind of picture like a little glittery, like crystal trail as I drive or walk or whatever. You can picture little hearts and stars kind of coming, out of the car or whatever it is. I just have the snail trail image in my head right now, but that's really all that you have to do. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing, such a beautiful, fun experience, that just knowing that you can be who you are and it does affect others. That's another thing that we always say is like, we can't change anyone, and really understanding that and accepting that is very, again, freeing. We can only change ourselves, but when we change ourselves, when we do the work, it ripples out. It ripples out exponentially. Sometimes you don't even notice, and it really does change those around you. Change yourself, change the world. I know that's kind of cliche to say, but it's really true. That's all we have to worry about doing is changing ourselves, and it will ripple out, and it will leave a little snail trail of magic. So I just wanted to hop on really quickly and share that little insight. If you feel like you know someone that needs to hear that message today, please feel free to share. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, let me know, how you feel when you just bring your energy into a room, kind of light up a room, light up a space just by being you. Let me know what you guys like to hear so I can post more of it. And until then, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon.